Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another plutoniumguyplayz video. Today, I'm here in Build a Gaming PC Store, which is very clearly a custom PC Tycoon, just complete rip-off, knockoff in every way. So I built my first desk over there. The game's confusing. I'll explain it as I go. So first off, what you're gonna want to do is you're just gonna teleport to the shop, just like Custom PC Tycoon. It's a button. It right off the bat you can tell it's kind of supposed to be after that. So you can walk in here and pick whatever case you want. I'm just gonna go with this one, and it'll pull up your cart. So the building system isn't exactly the same. You can get any of these mice. I'm gonna go with this one because it looks cool. We'll get RAM after we get our motherboard because I feel like that's the best maneuver. I want to get 2 RAM slots, and as you can see, these first 2 do not. I played this a little bit on alt, if you're wondering how I know some of these things. I wanted to get a little familiar with the game before I really showed you guys just how kind of ridiculous and not that great it is. It just buckle up. It gets weird, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got our case, our motherboard, and our mouse. That's kind of backwards and out of the order, but it's whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and use this CPU because it's swag looking. There's literally no other reason. And then we're gonna need 2 of these, so we're just gonna go here and select a second one. GPU, we can use really whatever we want. I think we'll go with probably this one because it's cool. It's like a Radeon something, I don't know. If you are good with real life computer stuff, let me know. And for some reason, it just removed my card. You see this game? It's kind of sketchy sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. It's really disappointing because it could be a good game, but there's just some things about it that just aren't the greatest. So we'll get it figured out though. So it's just called Tier 3 GPU. We have our CPU now, so I think we have everything except a fan, and then we need a desk, and a keyboard, and a chair, and then we will have everything. So we'll go with, let's see, our theme right now is kind of just blue, so we'll go with this blue keyboard. Pretty swag, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get this regular old chair, and then a black desk because it looks the best. We'll click buy. I'm just gonna run outside the store. There's a teleport back home thing. So this is where it gets very different from Custom PC Tycoon. You go to furniture and select tables. So you have to you still have to get the tables. It's just a little weirder on how you do it. There's grass inside my thing, and now I have to go to build mode to change where the table was because I tried to show you the grass. Okay, now we can do our chair. Just same kind of deal. Just place it wherever. It's got to be close, is what the tutorial says, but facing the right direction so that people will sit in it. More on that later because it gets weirder. So then you just put the case down. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to put it on this side of the desk, which, again, you keen-eyed, genuine PC lovers will notice that it's probably on an unusual side of the desk. The window is on this side, and that's not how computers work in real life. The window is typically on the left side, and on this one, it's on the right. So we can go ahead and put our motherboard in, again. It's backwards. This usually shrouds the rear I/O, and if you can't tell, it's on the front of the case. So yeah, I'm not sure how it's supposed to be in the rear when it's on the front, but we'll move past that for now. We'll put in our RAM. The RAM is actually pretty good. It just slots right into the RAM slots. It's super easy to put in. It's just a drag and drop. CPU, same difference. You just drag and drop it in, but then you realize we don't ever cool the CPU. There's nothing to cool the CPU. So we can put in a fan, but it's an intake, it appears, going over the CPU, which is all well and good, except it's not connected to anything. So whatever. And then we put our graphics card in, and it's upside down. I'll show you it again, but it's literally in the slot backwards. That's the connector right there, and it needs to connect on the other side of it. So it's whatever. A couple other things to note. We have no storage, SSD or hard drive, and we have no power supply. So there's literally nothing that's going to turn this thing on. So how it works, I don't know. We'll click here to exit, but yeah, I'll show this to you again. Literally, okay, those lines right there, you can't see it as well as I was planning. Those lines right here, that's called the PCIe connector. That plugs into the motherboard. It's backwards. The fans of a graphics card are generally on the bottom. We shouldn't be able to see them. Now, it's kind of backwards because advertisers will put the fans up because that's the pretty side. The back's usually just some sort of metal, but it's still, whoever made this game clearly hasn't either cared and clearly didn't care enough to put it the right way. or just doesn't know enough to know that it's wrong. So we're gonna go ahead and put that there, and then all you do is you do this, and then somebody just sits down and uses it. So you'll remember that this game is currently called Build a Gaming PC Store. There's nothing about this that's a store. So I looked into it, and it used to be something where it was like an internet cafe, which makes sense. I don't know if you're familiar with the concept. It's basically just something that traditionally would have been in, not current era. It was usually an older idea, but it was just somewhere where there would be lots of computers, and you could go and you could spend time just looking on computers, because not everyone, when they were first like in demand, there weren't computers in every household like we have today. So yeah, it's a little weird, because they just changed the name. The game's actually older than Custom PC Tycoon, which is really strange considering the fact that it seems to be a direct copycat. Because, I mean, you build the PC, you do all these things. It just seems a little too molded after it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the video. There are other games like this that I want to do videos on. Comment below if you want me to make a video on other not car crashers. I made a video on that so long ago. Custom PC Tycoon knockoffs. See you in the next one. Bye!